only have a ground beef phase by now. So let's have a look. New card here. So, where is the new card? Oh, was it this? There. Boost 2 allies by 2 and give them immune. I mean, that's not bad. Oh. But 2 is just as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1 fits. Okay, more loot. Let's move on. Jeep Freak knows the lyrics as well. Even better than I did. I botched it up a little bit. Tried my best though. My lady, the homes are filled with bodies, dozens. We see no sign of decay, and yet they are covered with a thick layer of dust, as if they've been this way for centuries. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, Wyvern Scale Shield. That's a lot of work, though. Taking notes. Threesomes only? Jeez. Jeez! Okay, plus 8 armor. So now we have this winding path. Holly Badger is taking notes. I'm not sure if you should take notes in this chat. I'm not sure about that, if that's a good idea.
Caldwell had summoned Nilfgaardian support. Meve
Don't listen to
they
that.
were not far
That's
behind.
the rule number 1.
Yet in the unforgiving terrain, a full Nilfgaardian division
Just a
could
legion
not
of
hope
mud.
to close the gap. Small detachments, however, light cavalry or footmen, could very well do just that. So when black-clad men emerged from the mist, the Queen was not surprised. She ordered her troops to
Wow.
fall in,
Now my
form up,
feelings are
and
hurt,
brace
Chris.
to defend the line.
The squishy sound is the mud. We're in a bog.
Yet the attack never came. The invaders stood silent, motionless, and Meve got a closer look. They were slouched, ashen-faced, unsure of step, and covered in sores. Isgith had treated them as cruelly as any. Teetering in his saddle, the commander broke formation. He rode forth and addressed the Queen in fluent common tongue.
Half my men are wounded, the others sick. Your force does not fare much better.
True. Yet we outnumber you soundly.
Indeed. If it comes to combat, you are certain to win. But in this damn swamp, all wounds fester. Flesh is quick to rot. You will lose many more apart from those who fall.
What do you mean, precisely?
Asked the Queen, her eyes narrowing, her head tilted to the side.
We should part ways in peace. There's a war on, there'll be another chance to fight. Perhaps even face one another. But not here. And not like this.
Suddenly unsure, the Queen weighed the officer's words. Their logic was sound, though they could also prove a ruse.
Your Grace,
Xavier's voice came from behind Meve's back.
we can't let them pass. They've done only harm, and they'll not stop and go home.
So be it. I accept.
Meve answered after thinking a while.
We shall cross swords some other day. Beneath a clear sky. on solid ground.
I will hold you to your word, Majesty.
replied the Nilfgaardian, then raised
Kill
his
them
arm
off.
in salute. The retreating Imperials marched past the Lyrians.
I will kill them
Along
eventually.
the slim path, their shoulders nearly touched. Meve soldiers glared from beneath their brows, their eyes locked on the foe till the last vanished in the woods.
Let the
Then,
leeches have them. I
collectively,
did.
They let out a
Fizz.
sigh of relief.
No Dracarys. Get the hell out of here with that Dracarys nonsense. This makes me angry. Okay, we're fine. Meve cursed when her scouts reported they'd encountered an Nilfgaardian camp. Just what we need, she thought. Though the campfire still burned and the horses nibbled on grass, the tents were completely empty. The queen knew Isgith well enough to recognize a bad omen. Omen! It's a standard battle, so let's use our Skellige tactic. Spoopy laugh. Preparations for Monday, the spoopy vampire streams. Calming.
Come on, kill me! Don't need no weapon!
Oh, come on. I know what you mean.
As today the day?
Yes, Zoro. You need to be prepared to make a musical impression. You never know when there's a good moment for your big breakthrough as a musician.
Late. Again. Come here! Let's dance!
Firepower, firefight, battle situation, keep the targets steady inside. Is that some music lyrics that I don't understand? Probably. It's always a good time for some good music. Zora.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I hope that they will pass. Oh, from Sabaton, okay. Okay. The question is, should I continue this round? Let's do it. Bring out Doggo McGee. I think I will pass it here. Hey, Squidgeneer, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How is your day, good sir? Okay, that's not too bad. That's a pretty good draw. Let's take it. Squish! Squitch! Squid!
Hey?
That's a little unfortunate. Didn't expect that.
There's not to reason why.
And he passed, though. Still a little bit of an issue. So I guess I have to play him, which is a little bit of a waste, but... Okay. Doing good, that's good to hear. I'm doing well too. Having a good day so far. Starting with my super early morning 6 p.m. stream. Okay, that's not too bad. I'll take it.
This could hurt.
Some fire there. Now, let's play the blood card. More fire. And... let's take this one.
Watch your heads.
Take the turn. Burn them all. Okay.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that.
Bring back all our Skellige friends. Lyria! He's stealing my cards. That son of a witch. Destroy them all. Lyrium? Where's Varric?
I'm a monster.
You summoned Asha again! Yay! This looking good. I'll be over here with Cassandra. I think I will have a beer with the Iron Bull. Was it that's his name, Iron Bull? I think so, right? Oh, it's Dorian. I think like having a night out with Iron Bull and Dorian would be a lot of fun. I think with those two you can have a crazy night. Just getting wasted. Hit up Elven bars. Yeah, 11 Elven bars. raising the bar. Queen Meve has wormed her way through the trap and is now headed for Red Lobenden. You must cut off her escape route at all cost. Should you fail, every third soldier in your unit shall be lashed and sentenced to a month of solitary confinement. Well, could raise the bar. Someone sees my daughter Morrigan, tell her that she forgot to wash the dishes. Yeah, I have a feeling that Morrigan was never really keen on doing the chores at home. She just... Instead, she had a baby with my dwarf Grey Warden in my first Dragon Age playthrough. Light train.
The Lyrian force had reached the very heart of Isgith. From every branch, vine, and shrub hung leeches and ticks by the dozen. Swollen with blood, their abdomens glistened, glowing red in the misty air. Air so putrid it set Meve's head to spinning. She paused at a moss-covered boulder, pressed her flushed forehead against its cool surface. Her soldiers passed by, pallid, filthy, drained. She wished to say something, lift their spirits, but instead a cough rattled her breast. Suddenly, splashes all around Meve in the water, as if a rain of fist-sized drops had begun to fall. The Queen lifted her heavy gaze. Seemingly on command, ticks and leeches dropped into the warm, soupy waters, then clumsily wriggled off toward a dead alder grove. Meve knew at once what skulked behind the trees. Gurnikora, Isgith's mistress. Isgith's
Gonorrhea.
Weapons at the ready!
The Queen roared.
Close ranks!
The Lyrians quickly converged, formed a wall of shields, and crouched behind them. Terrified, they stared as a multitude of eyes flashed open midst the branches, while revolting, muck-covered beasts rose from the gurgling waters around. Meve silently uttered a prayer.
Looks like a bad cause of gonorrhea.
Mother, maiden and crone, ever have us in your care.
Meve fought the compulsion to avert her eyes from the muck-covered horrors surrounding her unit. The very sight of them made her nauseous, her chest tightening, holding back a scream. In the end, with great difficulty, she raised her sword. The Queen only hoped her men would not notice the trembling in her hands. Eliminate gonorrhea. Let's do it. Special rules, shortened battle. So let's see what her... Every 2 turns on turn and move every allied to this row and transform self into Gurnikora Mother. It's probably not good. Okay, we wanna do some damage here, so it's decent. Case of the danglies.
Everyone, rally to me!
Can I now attack things again? No. Okay, how do I want to play this? So what if I
Gonna
do...
need 3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
Oh, I can't attack her. That's awkward. I have to attack my own people. How does that work then?
Majesty! These parasites! They feed on our blood!
Oh, so that was actually a mistake. If on the range row, drain Gurnikora by 3. When this unit's power reaches 10, explode and damage all enemies by 3. Okay.
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
Probably, I should restart this. Let's restart this. I don't think so, no. Because I want the leeches all on her side, so they drain her faster, because otherwise I run out of cards and before she dies. This might help.
Everyone, rally to me!
Think I'm a beer! Majesty! These parasites, they feed on her blood!
Watch your heads!
They'll keep them under 10 so they don't explode. But they will still drain. Yeah, fire is actually perfect for this one. Ah, that actually killed 2 of them. No! That I didn't want to.
How quickly the scales tip.
I shouldn't have attacked the other one. But unnecessary. Oh, doesn't matter.
Don't need no weapon!
May have to redo it then.
These ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
Ours is not to reason
That
why.
was a Darkest Dungeon reference. They can be slayed, they can be beaten. Don't Darkest Dungeon me, narrator. I still have PTSD from that one. Yeah. Restarted. Fire was great though. Yeah, there's only so many turns. That is the issue. We'll see.
Everyone, rally
Exactly.
to me!
This is way more of a puzzle game than anything else, which I enjoy. But that just means that you
Majesty,
have to
these
try out
parasites,
a little
they feed
bit.
on her blood!
Hey?
Now the fire makes sense. Why did that move back here though?
How quickly the scales tip.
How quickly the tides turn. You Darkest Dungeon me. Don't Darkest Dungeon me.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
What? Why are things disappearing here? From my side. That I didn't understand.
Oh, Rivia!
This is a hot
Ghastly
one.
beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
Come on, kill me!
Seems like when I destroy them, they get destroyed as well. Let's restart that. So fire can certainly be useful. Don't think these will be necessarily very useful. Let's see.
Everyone, rally to me!
Let's see.
My disgrace ends here! Time I wiped it away! Majesty! These parasites, they feed on our blood!
Every 2 turns before turn starts, spawn again a Garnicora fruit on the Maida row. Whenever a Garnicora fruit is destroyed, Meve discards a random card. Okay, so I should not just. I need to keep them alive.
Hey, guy up there!
I smell a leak.
That sets them back 1 turn, basically.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Now they are back
quickly
in
the
this
scales tip.
row, which is fine.
My scars? No, they don't hurt.
I should have put him in between here. You're home, nice! Hooray!
These ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
Can't believe that he really does the Darkest Dungeon speech. That is pretty awesome. That is such an insider reference that I probably wouldn't even have gotten if I wouldn't have played Darkest Dungeon for what, 4 months in a row recently. That is sneaky, but that's great.
For Rivia!
Are you mad? Don't shake that!
Okay.
Remember that unwarranted arrogance kills, slowly and insidiously.
I don't know why it makes me so happy, but that is... Oh, that is amazing. That one was not hidden at all. He just pulled the slow and insidiously line. He sure did. still defeated. Ah, that was a close one though. Ah, that was a close one. I think the Wagenburg could be useful. This is a tough one to figure out. I mean, I know how to do it. It's more of a how to actually
Majesty, these
realize
parasites,
it.
they feed on her blood.
I love the Darkest Dungeon references though.
May the disgrace ends
Pretty
here.
awesome.
Timer wiped it away. Hey, I'm up there.
How quickly the scales tip.
Let's do this.
On her door.
These ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
You mad? Don't shake that!
That was good.
Give me a target.
Remember that unwarranted arrogance kills, slowly and insidiously.
Don't you worry yourself, you
It just
Grace.
cracks me up.
We'll get her in no time. I'm coming, I'm coming.
My pain serves a purpose.
Arbalist to your command. Armor won't say.
So I want to give these two another charge, so I can keep this one from exploding, or possibly exploding. And this one. And then I should have it. Oh, I could. Oh, I didn't know that I can attack him. Then I probably should have done it differently. Did it?
I believe it's dead.
I thought you were a big comic book fan, Mademoiselle Danielle.
Of the battle
We did
in his
it!
gift,
Victory!
Meve remembered very little. It seemed a nightmare, its details a haze, the sensations very real. Amidst a thick fog, she fought in a frenzy, desperately hacking at the scourge that advanced from all sides. In the end, silence fell over the swamp. Its boiling waters lay calmed. The ticks and leeches were gone, while Guernicora lay among rotting leaves, covered in blood, unmoving. But still a fearsome sight.
Burn the corpse,
Rasped the queen.
and we move on.
The soldier's
Burn 'em
eyes
all.
darted about in a series of silent glances. It took Meve a moment to realize the difficulty. They still feared it. Though the monster's lifeless body lay on the ground, they dared not go near. Were she to repeat the order, they would carry it out. Yet she did not wish to force that on them. Swallowing her own revulsion, she walked up to Guernicora's corpse and set it alight. The air soon filled with the suffocating stench of burning hair and flesh. Sparks belched out as melting fat fell on flame. Until finally, nothing was left of the bloody mistress but scorched bone. The Lyrians resumed their march towards the banks of the Yaruga. They forced their weary legs to maintain a swift pace and stole no second glance at what they'd left behind.
Guernicora throw. That is the most disgusting card ever. Oh no. Look at that. I don't like that either. Gross, yes. Look at, leech in the old eyeball. Just click the button already. Permanent resilience. Seize a bronze, deploy. Seize a bronze enemy unit. After 6 turns, on turn start, return to hand. No. No, I won't use it. It is a very powerful card, but I won't use it. Jesus. Disgusting. What's this sound now? Drogovid, Grand Royal Huntsman, to Ragbard, Lord of Tamara Mahakaman, the Ponter. My lord, I offer you my sincerest apologies. I failed in my task. We were forced to cease felling. We simply lack the necessary labor. Men are falling like flies, dying from disease and festering wounds. We've abandoned camp. I've seen items of the greatest worth to Vizima in locked chests. However, I will not be returning to the capital as I'm in no condition to travel. I have a wound on my leg and rot has already set in. It has been a true honor to serve under your command. Are we throwing leeches around now? What is this?
Towering alders grow thick in Isgith, their crowns weaving an expansive canopy that obscures the sky. Any sunbeams to slip through this twisted thicket scatter in the milky mist below. Thus the marsh abides in a state of perpetual twilight, wherein a sense of time and direction are easily lost. As the force moved along, a glow appeared in the trees. The Lyrians squinted, their mouths agape in wonder. An orb hung over the water, pulsating, humming. It circled the soldiers, darted off a distance, then hovered as if waiting.
A will-o'-the-wisp, that is.
Whispered one of the footmen.
Believe it's keen to show us something.
Follow
Meve
it.
knew the wisp could prove treacherous, lead them into a trap. Nonetheless, she followed, though not entirely certain why. Her soldiers seemed eager, she sensed they approved. Yet she was also simply curious.
We follow it. Carefully. Weapons at the ready.
When did that ever go wrong? Oh, look at Big Spooter!
As the wisp led the Lyrians down a narrow, winding path, Meve surveyed her surroundings warily. Beads of sweat emerged upon her brow, but her fears in the end proved unfounded. For at the path's end, the troops found what appeared to be a caravan's remains. Its wagons, rot-eaten, half-buried in the bog, had sat there for decades, perhaps longer. Despite this, gilded panels and scraps of silver-threaded fabric showed they'd once been rather ornate. Inside the wagons, the soldiers discovered many steel crates. Rust-covered but intact, they contained truly dazzling treasures. Sacks bulging with gold coin, pearl-encrusted goblets, exotic velvets and silks in beads.
Blimey. The sheer amount. And here of all places.
A footman muttered under his breath. Meve quickly pieced it all together. She too had once ridden in such a caravan, splendid and laden with gold, when she'd left her home to marry. The rest of the story was not difficult to divine. This was a maiden's dowry. She and her retinue lost their way. Isgith proved their grave, unbeknownst to any other. The wisp circled Meve's party, blinked several times, then faded into thin air. The troops resumed their march, and all seemed in order. Seemed, for soon several footmen were discovered to be gone. Greed had been their ruin. They'd grabbed too much. The loot had weighed them down, and the marsh had embraced them.
That's fine. Our fondest congratulations. We eagerly await the day our families shall be bound by a new member. Let these humble gifts help. With May the bride know but happiness, and with regards and best wishes, blah blah blah. Okay. Nice. Let's go to the spooter. This needs to be firebombed. I mean, I don't disagree. Spooter fight. A moss-covered boulder protruded from the green, fetid water. The Lyrians breathed a cautious sigh of relief, for perhaps dry lands was finally close at hand. However, when they drew closer, they discovered it was not a stone at all, but the shell of a monstrous behemoth. Spooderella. That's not too bad. Oh, great. Savage Bear. Whenever a unit appears on the battlefield, damage it by 1. Okay.
Think I'm a beer!
Can I now attack things? No, still not. Oh, that's because... Oh, the entire time I couldn't use it because I changed that and I forgot about it. Allow into your deck and play 2 cards from your deck. Oh, yeah, well... Didn't know that. That would have made things way easier. I should read my own cards. That is the lesson here. No ability.
Come on, kill me! Don't need no weapon!
Let's play our Skelligus. Skelligonians. Oh, passed. Okay. That's okay. Let's play
Thing about slings, they hide well.
this one. That one has resilience, so we might as well. Damage it a little bit. That wouldn't work. Okay. Pass. We win the first round. Hello, ich nix Ahnung. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. You have a wonderful day and a good start into your weekend. Okay. More Skelligonians. I think I'll just pass and then we'll see what we get in the last round. Just throws leeches at spooters. Okay, I see what he's doing there. Lost a round. Okay. This'll be a mess. I'll play this first.
Catch!
Fire against spooters. That is a good question, Zara. Oh, whenever this unit survives an attack. Okay, I see.
Ours is not to reason why.
Won't survive that one. They suck. No.
Hey?
Let's do that. It's a bear. Let's try out our ability here. Ooh. Can actually freely pick. It's pretty good.
On Handor! Come here! Let's dance! Ah!
More fire! Oh, another big bear. A bear! A squid. With all the leech puns. So,
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
some moving around there. Fire! Let's bring out the drummer.
One bullet's all I need.
Let's find this one and this one. Some damage there.
May disgrace ends here.
Looking pretty good.
Wiped it away.
Killed the spooter. Beat the spooter. Splotch the spooter. We did a thing. So okay, we have a few things up ahead here. Ooh, wood. Where did all these things come from? Oh, dude. Does that lead me back here? Because I couldn't use that path before, and I wonder if I'm... Because I can't fast travel there. Oh, interesting. Interesting! Let's loot. Because loot is good. Oh, we have a chest. Lots of money. And we have a puzzle. Puzzle fight. Knickers is by and large a polite dog who heels, shakes paws, and on good days even sits when instructed to do so, especially when his ears are given a good scratching beforehand. One day, however, Knickers strayed from the Lyrian retinue, lured by an appetizing scent. The wafting aroma led him to a cavern from which not a single light escaped. To enter or not, he pondered it for a moment, licking his snout and tilting his head. In the end, he decided that the world belongs to the brave. He then let out two quick barks and leapt into the dark. Helped Knickers reach the end of the cave without turning back and collecting all soup and wine along the way. Use your leader's ability. Okay. Such a good boy. He's a good boy. On most days. Oh boy. Move Knickers to an adjacent vertical or horizontal position. Oh, oops. Didn't really want to do that. He is the best boy, right? Cave full of food and wine. You did it! Did the puzzle. Good boy. What a good boy. Okay.
In evading Nilfgaard's banners, Meve led her force into Angren's wildest reaches. The foe could not attack the Lyrians there, yet hazards of another sort befell them. One day they reached a quagmire too vast and deep to ford. So the Queen summoned her engineer, Xavier, and called on him to build a makeshift bridge. By nightfall, he had drawn up plans.
We shall start by laying abutments, then drive piles into the mire.
The depth?
We dropped plumb lines. 4 L's.
Pursued by the plans, Meve did not see as Xavier slipped a line off his shoulder. By the time she felt it on her throat, she feared it might be too late.
What? Why is everyone betraying me?
I long awaited this moment, when we would be alone. You die now, Majesty, and with you dies Lyria's, Rivia's, the whole North's will to resist. Hail, Ketzer, hail!
What died was the
Yes!
Nilfgaardian rallying cry in Xavier's throat.
It's
At the
Gascon
last
and
instant,
Reynard!
Gascon and Reynard rushed in to save the warrior queen.
That
And
damn
thus
ground
proved
beef
their
face.
loyalty beyond any doubt.
Your Grace. Your Grace.
That
There was
son
no
of a bitch.
answer. But Reynard could hear her breathe.
Why is everyone betraying me?
Meve would live. It was several hours later when Meve finally came to. She opened her
Jesus
eyes, then
fucking
Gascon and Reynard
Christ.
helped her to her feet.
Get the fuck out of here, Xavier.
Careful, Your Majesty.
I should have been more careful earlier. Damn it. If you two hadn't...
No need for words. You needn't mention it.
Yeah, it's just because of the lighting, ich nix Ahnung.
I couldn't disagree more.
Sorry for that. Not
We're
very
due for a
professional.
long conversation.
In Queen is rough, yeah.
First of all, I owe you thanks. While you owe me an explanation. As far as I remember, I banished you. Ordered you to leave, stay out of my sight.
Can't all be as professional as Squidgen here.
Forgive us, Your Grace. 'Twas not an order we could obey.
You've flown too close to the great sun, Meve. A tough fight awaits you. A fight you can't possibly win alone.
Always perfect green screen, not only for him, but also for Carrie the cat.
But I'm certain to lose as well, surrounded by traitors. How can I be sure you scheme no more?
Your Majesty, Gascon and I've erred, disgracefully so. But we're prepared to atone if it be your will.
Oh, that reminds me. Which is a good moment to do the thing.
How? Will you get down on your hands and knees and beg?
No, Meve. With our lives. Our blood.
Ugh. Not another word. Not about blood. Not in these swamps.
I don't know what that means. GG. Oh! Okay, GG, well played, I think. But what does no re mean? I'm such an...
Both of you stabbed me in
I
the
don't know
back.
what the young
I'm
people
still
nowadays are
furious as a
talking about.
wasp.
No rematch, okay.
Yet the campaign's been punishing. Your help might have made it less so, and my greatest challenges lie ahead. So be it. You can return.
Thank you, Your Grace. I swear by the gods.
No need. Just do your jobs.
I'm fine with that, it's good. It's just like in Rocket League, right? We have Gascon back. I'm not hip to the lingo. Hot damn, where's the bone
We've
cream?
matters to which we must attend. I trust as I lay there dead to the world, you did not sit about with your thumbs up your bums. Have you at least learned why Xavier betrayed
up
us,
your bums?
sided with the Empire?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Your Grace, the rogue who lunged at you, in truth, was one Gwalter ep Luinoch, a Nilfgaardian spy.
Oh.
This discovery you made how?
We found in his toolbox a concealed compartment, letters inside. Though encrypted, we managed to decipher them. They were the Grey Rider for you to read.
Well, but he work around him sitting with his thumbs up. I mean, in a way, Squid.
A swine. An Imperial spy in my ranks this whole time. But to wait so long to strike, why?
He'd only just received the order. Another letter in the box, signed by General Eb Dahi, stated, to Gwalter ep Luinoch, eliminate M at first opportunity.
Honourless bastards. They'll stop at nought.
Now, Meve, you'll gain nought by getting riled. No sense to it. This is good news, in fact.
Is that so?
Think. Ep Dahi had a spy in our midst. He knew our movements, had his eye on us, his finger on the pulse. He knew our plans, who we parlayed with, and yet he didn't order your assassination. For you posed no threat. Well, clearly something's changed.
That's a good point.
Congratulations. Nilfgaard fears you now.
And rightly so. Just a moment, that makes no sense. He saved my life in Mahakam, on the bridge.
He did, for he had to.
Not sure if you guys can hear, but there's like live music going on around the corner. Like someone is drumming the drums.
In one of the letters we found, Dahi orders Gwalter to watch over Elder-in-Chief Hoog.
Party time at Akos. Yeah, that is why they call Hanover the New Orleans of northern Germany. It's always a big party.
The Scoia'tael in the mountains was sent there by Nilfgaard to recruit dwarves, but their commander, the Vixen, they feared she'd attack Bruva himself, something Dahi wished to avoid.
Naturally. For someone else could seize power, someone not so neutrally inclined. Someone more likely to aid me, gods forbid. But we found him in the rubble at Rosberg, midst the ashes.
Precisely what placed him beyond suspicion.
We suspect Gwalter enlisted with the Edanians some years past, infiltrated that army.
He had a hand in Rosberg's defense. Then, when the time was right, he lent that same hand to its demise. Caused an explosion that tore a hole through its walls. It worked, but at a price. He suffered severe burns. If not for our medics, he'd have...
Stop. So it was not elves who brought about the fort's fall as he claimed?
A filthy lie to stoke the fires of racial
Jesus.
hatred.
Everything is a lie.
To stir conflict and chaos
Like,
and
this
rage
is way
that
better
would
than
make the
Game of
realm
Thrones
Edirn waver and fall.
right now.
If we're to judge by Rayla's actions, he was rather successful.
Bastard. Yet even so badly hurt, in such pain, not for a moment did he drop his mummer's act.
I've heard much of Nilfgaardian spies, Your Grace. They're trained from childhood, face constant indoctrination. They do anything for the Emperor, anything
Do
and
they have
everything.
cakes? Maybe.
As soon as Gwalter spotted a chance to join our ranks, to be at your side, he took it, exploited it ably.
To be brief, I've traitors all about me.
Your Grace, you resent our actions, I understand, but...
You, Willem, the Cad Caldwell, Gascon, Gabor, finally Xavier. Tell me how. How am I to trust anyone?
You can't. Amongst all the realms in the north, you're Nilfgaard's sole rival. One remaining threat. All other rulers either soundly defeated and enchained, or tails between their legs, they've donned Nilfgaard's leash. The Black-Clads will do all to destroy you, if not upon the field, then in secret, with an assassin and a quick, sharp blade.
What's left? Prayer? Melitele too is sure to turn and take Nilfgaardian gold sooner or later. Ugh.
I guess it's time that we move on.
We've talked enough. We must
Oh,
form
that's a
up.
quick
Move on.
clothes change.
Majesty,
Back
you
to
ought to
working
rest.
clothes.
You stand swaying. Your step can't be too sure.
Whoosh.
Only my horse needs step true.
Meve, you've just about had the life choked out of you.
New
No
leader
time to play
ability.
the
Quick
hero.
change.
I'm not Gascon. Quite the opposite, actually.
With that ability
These damn
to quickly
swamps, they
change
terrify
clothes, she
me.
could totally
I
do
wish to
the
get
Super
hell
Bowl
out and
halftime
never,
show.
ever look back.
The Aruga lies near. I sent scouts ahead. They've secured a barge. We can sail to Red Lobington.
Splendid. Sound the horns. We march.
We march. Maybe even April. Let's see. Okay, orders for Xavier. Okay, that was the letter. That ugly motherfucker. Ugly motherfucker. Gascon. Yeah, let's bring him back. And we have Renard Odo. UMF! Hashtag UMF. some morale, so now we go up here. But how do I get there? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I can come back here later. I don't know. We'll see. Who are you? Can't click on him. Oh, there we go. Okay, golden chest found. Let's continue.
Sandflies and mosquitoes blanketed Meve's face and neck. She did not bother to brush them away. She'd been in Angren long enough to know more would come in their
We
place.
don't look
Your Majesty,
back in
Rain had called from
Angren.
behind.
Our
I
scouts
heard
have
you
returned.
say.
We've a large force of blackclads on our tail, infantry and horsemen, and they draw nearer.
Blast!
Meve wiped away the sweaty hair stuck to her brow.
What say you, Reynard? Shall we give them a fight?
We're but a few miles from the river where a barge awaits. It makes no sense to battle now.
Though near her strength's end, Meve stepped up her pace. She could not wait to stand upon a barge deck and leave Angren's infernal bogs behind. Alas, in place of the promised vessel, they found only severed
I now
moorings.
realize
No.
when this is all
No, it
setting,
can't
and I
be.
know what is
Suddenly,
happening in
Meve
this.
drove
in
her
this-
fist into the trunk of the nearest
soon.
tree.
Because I read the
Fortunately,
books.
a soft and rotted one.
This isn't so.
I know what is going to happen.
Grace, have mercy. I stepped away but for a spell,
Croaked a scout, pale as a ghost.
and thieves jumped out the underbrush. Fell upon it. Whole band of them. A white-haired warrior, a minstrel, and a lass what had a bow.
Well, is that all?
A white-haired
Interrupted
one.
Gascon.
No vampire sat upon an ass with no saddle? You cocked up, man, damn it. Meve, what now?
The queen turned back towards the swamp. Between the trees, she glimpsed a golden sun glimmering upon a banner.
We shall discuss that later.
Said the queen, drawing her sword.
I know what
Provided we
what is going to
survive.
happen. And so rather than board the barge, Meve mounted the horse, furious with her misfortune. She clenched her jaw and led a charge against the enemy. Should I ever come upon those thieves, she thought, I will have my vengeance. No, she wanted to use the barge, but now has to use the horse. Because a group with a minstrel, a white-haired one, and a woman stole her barge. Okay.
Everyone, rally to me! Drive them back!
Okay, the next time an enemy uses its order ability, boost self by 2 and gain 2 armor. Okay.
Your life is mine now.
Oh, that worked out wonderfully. Sounds wolfy, fishy.
Alba!
Okay.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Wise choice.
Ours is not to reason why.
So, who do I want to play here? Ooh, yeah, let's play him. And let's put him.
You mad? Don't shake that!
More fire!
Hey,
Gloire!
Pays late. Again.
Excellent, Seifel!
That is working out pretty well here.
ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Order!
It just has so many cards. That is the one that is bothering me.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Trouvé, ni gloire!
Company! Forward march!
Life is mine now.
For sure, Squid. I mean, it's pretty effective. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's play gas gun. And this one.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Very wise.
Next tattoo.
That will boost gas gun even further. And oh, I have to play it now. That's a little bit unfortunate. Should still be enough.
Hail Kerzer!
I hope. Fire! Stop it now. Okay, good.
Your Grace.
Victorious!
That was but their vanguard.
Near the battle's end, Meve faced a black-clad officer. Nimbly dodging his strike, she countered. The Queen's sword sank deep, the hilt rattling his breastplate. A rush of hot blood covered Meve's hands. The winged helmet toppled from the officer's head, exposing a sweaty face, gasping for breath.
Yes, exactly. Enoch's Armor.
Before
The character.
Queen stood
I mean,
a ruddy-haired boy
or do you mean in a
long
normal
eyelashes.
battle? Because in a normal battle, no, but
villain's
there are
age,
certain story
perhaps a bit older.
events where they either
His
leave
body
your
slumped,
army or
then
can die
disappeared beneath
because of
the
your
malodorous
decisions
foam atop
outside
the
of battle.
murky waters.
Then you lose their
Meve
card.
cast away
But
her
you
sword
don't
as
lose
if it had
them
burned her hand.
if the card gets destroyed.
Majesty, what is it? Are you hurt?
Reynard
In a
said,
card battle.
rushing to her side.
No, I'm not. It's fine.
It's
Give the order to march.
fine.
With no barge, we must walk to Red Lobington along the riverbank.
Do you think he's
Your
okay?
Majesty, we must tend to the wounded. Use the rest of the day, I wager.
We ain't time enough for that.
Interjected Gascon.
That was but the vanguard sent in pursuit to slow us down. And even so, they outnumbered us 2 to 1. What happens when the main force
Yeah,
arrives?
exactly.
We must wait.
Ignaxano.
Now,
That card got
abandon the injured,
then
bleed to death
removed
in
from
the
our
mud.
deck
Alas,
because he
Reynard,
obviously
yes.
is not with us.
Unless you'd rather we stayed and died with them.
Abandon the injured and march immediately. Give them medics time to dress the soldiers'
Gascon
wounds.
is right. Should Nilfgaard close the distance between us, we'll stand little chance.
At least you've the sense to...
But I would sooner perish than let my men rot in this accursed swamp. The medics will tend to all the wounded. Then, what will be will be.
I tell you what'll be.
Snarled Gascon.
Epdahi'll take a butcher's hook and gut you. Then hang you from Lyria capital's walls. Yet, if this be your wish...
Meve waited for the medics to sew the last stitch, tie off the last bandage. Only then did she order her force to move out. At the column's end, upon stretchers, lay those without the strength to walk, consumed by fever, dazed or unconscious, dying. Fatigued and laden with the wounded, the Lyrians moved slow as molasses. Soon, Nilfgaard's forward elements had caught up. The Blackclads nipped at the
left my
Lyrian's
army,
tail with arrow volleys from
they
the
were
cover
removed,
of trees
and when
occasional
they came back,
forays
they
by
were
cavalry.
added to my deck again.
They were in no hurry. They could torment their foes, weaken their spirit before the final clash.
Now we're here. Which obviously I didn't know that they would come back at that point, which was a pretty heavy blow for me. I like that. They handled that very well. They make the decisions matter. Let's do a thing. Oh, there they are. The
At long last,
Nilfgaardians.
Meve spotted a dark form spanning the river's course, Red Lobington's bridge. Just a brief stretch more, and the Lyrians would find themselves beyond the invaders' grasp.
Hey,
free
Richie
and clear
Mundo!
of
Welcome to the
bogs
stream. How are you
and
doing?
the
Haven't seen
beasts
you in a
that
bit.
prowled them.
Hope you're doing
Yet
well.
joy at this sight soon gave way to despair. The bridge was dark, black, from the horde of Nilfgaardians that held it. Clearly the Blackclads had divined the path of Meve's flight, and had cut off her last means of escape.
That's it. We're
Things
dead
are
men.
good.
All. They'll cut
It's
us
good to
down
hear.
the
I'm
last.
doing very well too.
Meve shut her eyes, felt them sting with fatigue. She knew when she turned she could not show her men 1 ounce of fear, 1 pinch of doubt. She gripped her reins tightly. The leather dug into her skin, helping her hold back her tears. And when the Queen finally spoke, her voice was strong and boomed over the river's roar.
I know what you wish to hear.
The Queen began.
That the gods watch over us. That we'll come through the fray unharmed. That a friendly force is but moments away. Those would be lies. The truth is as bitter as it is undeniable. We stand cornered. Cannot win this fight. Cannot flee it. We can but choose how to die. Hanged from the boughs like common criminals. Or weapons in hand, like the fighters we are. I've made my choice. Time you made yours!
With that cry, Meve broke for the bridge toward a forest of spears into a deluge of arrows. She let the tears fall
Put a
from
helmet
her
on,
eyes.
lass.
Tears of rage, fear, fatigue. It was not until she'd almost reached the enemy line that she dared glance backward. and she saw she was not alone.
Battle! Story battle, standard battle. Meve had hoped she'd never die in her own bed, surrounded by snot-nosed, teary-eyed grandchildren. Rather, she wished for a worthy end, armor shining brightly, Lyrian banner waving magnificently in hand. Yet, under current circumstances, it seemed more likely that she'd die among the rushes, filthy with sweat and mud trampled under the hooves of Nilfgaardian horses. Could this truly be the fate the gods had decided for her? I hope not.
Defend the Queen! For Lyria!
Immune, permanent, resilient.
Barbarians.
Next time an enemy uses order. Okay.
Catch!
There's some fire there. Let's do this. Ooh. I should have checked that beforehand.
Hellcaster!
We may die here today, but not on our hands and knees!
Oh, I can't attack them.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Ooh, they're all immune. Oh, because of this guy. I see. I see. Wow. More damage there. Need to get rid of him. Alright, I forgot it's a standard battle. Forgot that again. Let's pass. Wasn't too bad though. I could have wasted that even more. But
Don't shoot!
Don't
Don't shoot!
it's Dandelion!
Not foe!
Damn it, just gets better and better.
It's Geralt! We have
To the
Geralt!
bridge! Cut the way back to the bridge!
And it's Kahir! We have them! There they are! Our beloved characters! It's the famous battle from the books! There they are. So I won the first round.
Ours is not to reason why.
Lowest ally. I don't want that.
That bit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Hey, Insidious Caller, welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
I warned you. We got a job to do.
Bit tired, but otherwise okay. Okay. Hope you get some rest then later, but glad to hear that you're otherwise okay.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Sit!
This doesn't look like Throne. Then what's an e-breaker? Kappa.
Thank you so much for the resub. 3 months now. Very kind of you. How are you doing, Sid? Hope you have a good day and have a good start into your weekend. Welcome, welcome. We have our spy back. That's good. Yeah, good start with the new political scandal in Austria uncovered, as it happens. Oh boy. I haven't read about that yet. So I'm gotta admit that I'm not really up to speed with Austrian politics anyway. So.
Pays late. Again.
Of course, as you wish, master.
Don't hurt Geralt.
Your life is mine now.
Waiting for a personal invitation?
Nothing big, only the FPÖ head and vice chancellor promising to sell out to Russians in exchange for campaign help 2 years ago. Unfortunately, it was a trap. Oops. That sounds like somewhat familiar. Hashtag no collusion. Same media landscape. Oh wow. Politics can be very depressing.
We must trust each other.
Wise choice.
Nice. Dandelion. Doing the job. Now. That's the turn. Attacking me. Oh, they're gonna die. I know all about it, depressing politics, yes. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I heard everything went very well there. We had a big bus as promotion material. That worked out well. What's the round? No problems there.
Order!
So let's have a look here. First of all,
I smell a leak.
Let's do that.
Your life is mine now.
What exactly gives them the charge? Whenever an ally appears, okay. Yeah, that's definitely worth a table flip.
Elherzer.
But there's fire, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, this, for those who don't, for those who are familiar with Gwent, but not so much with this game, and this, it basically takes a lot of the Gwent online rules, so the more intricate, more detailed rules and gameplay from Gwent Online. But this Thronebreaker plays, for the most part, mostly like a puzzle game, the way it's set up, which makes the battles very unique, and every time a little bit different, which keeps it fresh and interesting, at least for me.
There's only the beginning!
Come on, kill me!
I have maybe played one game of Gwent during the 4 hours of Witcher 3 that I played years ago. Okay, yeah, then it'll be hard to follow. If I can help, let me know. But yeah, that's kind of a rough intro then.
Shh, cock it.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
Arbalist to your command.
Let's get rid of the Arbalist guy.
Your Majesty, no!
I've lost my tooth. Fun of a whore.
Whoa! We lost our tooth! Now we're back here as the leader. Enemy unit and all other... Okay. We lost our tooth! I think the best so far was when they made the reference to Darkest Dungeon. That made me laugh so much. More than it should have. He still has plenty of cards. I have some as well.
Nilfgaard!
Is today the day?
Wise choice.
Ooh, 20. That's strong.
Don't you worry yourself with grace. We'll get it done in no time.
Let's pass and hope for the best. He has still plenty of cards, so I'm a little bit worried about that.
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting. A highly curious case.
We could hurry up a little bit. Yeah. Oh no. Oof. Gonna be close.
Egreto dum anime est, spes est. My prescription, a bit of bloodletting. A highly curious case.
Oh, and he passed. Oof. We won! We're victorious!
Meve was victorious on the banks of the Yulga, but paid dearly for it. She lost a host of men and suffered harm herself. Yet she'd have been doomed, if not for a certain white-haired witcher. Meve longed to meet her mysterious savior and set off in search of him as soon as the battle dust had settled. She found him with the field surgeon and learned he was none other than the Witcher Geralt. Yes, incredible as it may seem, I've heard the tale from several and can vouch for its truth. At any rate, making naught of the fact that Geralt's ears were ringing from a blow with a mace, Meve began immediately to interrogate him.
You for Faith Woodbridge?
Asked Meve, prodding him insistently. For a spell, Geralt worried his hearing was shot, but then realized the Queen had a lisp.
Worked out that way, I guess.
You guess?
Meve gagged on the blood in her mouth.
Someone hold me!
The Queen felt Geralt merited the highest honor, a knighthood.
That is how he became
Another
Geralt of
monarch might have
Rivia.
delayed until a more opportune time, but not
It's
me.
so awesome how they tied this in.
Delayed nothing.
The story from the books.
Count Odo, you, sir, do the honors. Alas, I cannot because of my tooth.
For valor shown in
Yeah,
battle,
he was very good.
I, Meve, by the gods' grace, Queen of Lyria and Rivia, hereby do knight thee.
Geralt of place unknown. The bridge you felled with men from Rivia. Or so you guess. I guess it falls to me to dub thee Geralt of Rivia.
How does it continue now?
Meve had come home, though by a circuitous route, through Edern's smoking embers, Angren's beast-infested quagmires, cross Mahakam's snow-capped ridges. But she had returned, cloaked in legend, a mighty army in tow. The moment was weighty, and not to be tainted even by Geralt of Rivia's disappearance, or dare we say desertion.
Yeah, he deserved
The
it.
hero of the battle for the bridge
10
was
minutes
now a
after
sought man.
he got
Yet Meve was determined
knighted.
to take back her realm, with or without the Witcher's aid. The Lyrians' daring escapade behind enemy lines, and the triumphant victory at the battle for the bridge that crowned it,
Wait, is this
breathed
the end?
new life into the North's war effort. Bands of resistance fighters now swarmed the conquered lands, while Kedwin and Redania, on the verge of swearing fealty to the Emperor, suddenly broke off talks with the invader. The Nilfgaardian war machine suddenly screeched to a halt, and the tide of war turned.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Facing a united North, the invader had to withdraw the bulk of its forces from Lyria and Rivia. The way was cleared for Meve to retake her lost lands, defeat General Epdahi, and depose Willem. Or perhaps mother and son would not have to fight after all.
Milady, I come at King Willem's bidding.
Prince Willems.
His Majesty proposes a meeting. No arms, no escorts.
His Majesty? Whelp's barely tall enough to reach his mother's bosom. For shame!
Silence. Let him say his piece.
Oh no, she has
His
an
Majesty,
awesome scar.
Willem I, wishes to discuss the possibility of a truce.
He wishes to surrender. Is that his aim?
Your words, not mine, Your Grace.
I have a few more on the tip of my tongue. But save them I shall for later.
Willem I's chosen the site for the parley in...
Willem I will choose nought. If he wishes to speak, let him meet me midst the ruins of Devil's Tower.
Understood, Your Grace. I'll relay your terms.
Willem's emissary rode off, serenaded by hisses and jeers. Frightened by the clamor, his horse reared and kicked. The rider forced his mount to obey with cracks of his crop, striking many more times than was necessary.
The fool. Nag'll toss him off first chance it gets. Soon as he loosens the reins.
No great loss, I wager. But tell me, your thoughts on this reunion?
Sounds a ruse to me. But I know that won't stop you.
Whence this certainty?
Come now, Meve. At the end of it all, he's your son. You still care about him, it's obvious.
We said it from the beginning. We will be exploding him.
Yes, I care dearly, Gascon. I care to capture him and try him for treason.
Meve, the boy was manipulated.
It took no great push. Let's go. They await us.
Meve rode out, clad in golden plate, her banners waving proudly overhead. She no longer led a band of ragtag partisans,
Banner, Eric
but an
Banner.
army able to fend off an empire
All the banners.
and drive its soldiers from her lands.
Ma'am, I've something you must see without undue delay.
Okay. Oh boy. Report. Geralt of Rivia. On the night of September 5th to 6th, desertion of the following person noticed. Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. Emil Regis, Barber Surgeon. Mary Baring, alias Milva, Archer. Kahir Ep Kaelach, Nilfgaardian Fugitive. Julian Alfred Pancratz, alias Dandelion. Itinerant Troubadour. Deserters stole 4 horses, 3 cavalry mounts, 1 civilian mount, and a mule. Wanted notices distributed. Hey, Cookie! Welcome! How are you doing today? Hope you have a good start into your weekend. Substantial enemy forces still stationed in Kingdom. Large, well-armed garrisons in all cities. Most important, Rivia Castle. Capturing it essential to retaking Kingdom. Populace hates invaders and eagerly waits chance to avenge occupation. Garnering new recruits should not present much difficulty. Support from townsfolk during siege also expected. Letter from General Abdahi. To Meve, the dethroned and dishonored once Queen of Lyria and Rivia, Duke Adal Abdahi, Grand Chancellor, Commander of Army Group East. Welcome back to Rivia, Your Highness. As you soon shall see, this land has changed somewhat in your absence. The walls of Rivia's towns I found in ruins. They have now been rebuilt and reinforced, and the garrison guarding them doubled in respect to their earlier numbers. Each settlement is now also defended by ballistae, catapults and trebuchets of highest caliber. We expect you shall pay us a visit. We await you with open arms. Letter from Tobias. Your Majesty, I've received word you've crossed into Rivia leading a sizable army. Words cannot express how much I rejoice at your return. I fully believe the final victory over the invaders is at hand. At court, tension reigns. The lords who supported the enemy have suddenly grown spines. Prince Willem prepares to leave Lyria without the Nilfgaardian's knowledge, though I do not know where he will go. Many envoys from the Empire arrive. Judging by General Abdahi's expression, they do not bring him good news. The general's position might be weaker than is widely thought. I will attempt to learn more. May fortune be with you, my lady, and may we meet next in the capital. I'm good. Just got back from a walk. Nice. I assume that you have decent weather then? Here today was pretty overcast, but it was temperature-wise very nice. So there was something. I think this is a good point to take a short break, though, since we are now on the final map of the game, and I'm excited to finish the game. That was very exciting. I really like how they tied in Geralt and Meve's meeting from the books, and it made sense. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't shoehorned in. It all made sense. I really like that, and so far I'm really enjoying the game. Also, probably my favorite part was the Darkest Dungeon battle. Had a lot of fun with that. But we will continue with Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales in just a couple of minutes. After the break, I will get something to drink. Maybe you do the same, grab a snack, and then we will finish the game. And I hope that you are with me. See you in a bit.
Hello there.